Welcome back to my YouTube channel Coins History Coins VC. In this channel, we explore amazing American coins, especially the famous Washington Quarter Dollar series. From old and rare coins to modern mint issues, we discuss their history, design, mint marks, and real value in today's market top 1. The United States of America Quarter Dollar 1965 with no mint mark is one of the most historically important coins in modern U.S. coinage, mainly because it represents a major transition in the materials used for American coins. Before 1965, U.S. quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, which gave them intrinsic metal value in addition to their face value of 25 cents. However, due to rising silver prices and coin shortages in the early 1960s, the U.S. government decided to remove silver from circulating coins. As a result, the 1965 quarter became the first Washington quarter to be produced using a copper-nickel clad composition instead of silver. This means the coin is made with a pure copper core sandwiched between two outer layers of copper-nickel alloy, giving it durability and a silver-like appearance without actual silver content. The absence of a mint mark on the 1965 quarter is also significant. During that year, mint marks were intentionally removed from all coins to discourage hoarding and to keep coin production flowing smoothly. Therefore, even though these coins were minted in places like Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, none of them carry a mint mark, making it impossible to identify their exact mint origin just by looking at the coin. The design of the 1965 quarter continues the classic Washington quarter style that was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the of George Washington's birth. On the obverse front side of the coin, you will find a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above his head is the word Liberty, while the phrase "In God We Trust" appears to the left of his portrait, and the year 1965 is displayed at the bottom. The reverse back of the coin features a heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend the nation. Beneath the eagle are olive branches, representing peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and below it is the denomination quarter dollar. The motto E Pluribus Unum appears above the eagle's head. In terms of mintage, the 1965 quarter was produced in extremely large numbers, with over 1.8 billion coins struck. This high production means that the coin is very common and widely available even today. Because of this, most 1965 quarters in circulated condition are only worth their face value of 25 cents. However, coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they have never been used in everyday transactions and still retain their original shine and detail, can be worth slightly more, typically ranging from a few dollars to around $10 depending on their quality and grade. Coins that have been professionally graded at very high levels, such as or above, can fetch higher prices among collectors. There are also some rare varieties and errors associated with the 1965 quarter that can significantly increase its value. For example, some coins were accidentally struck on silver planchets left over from 1964, making them extremely valuable and sought after. These rare error coins can sell for thousands of dollars at auctions. Other errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting mistakes that make each coin unique and collectible. Collectors often pay close attention to the condition of the coin, which is graded on a scale from poor to mint state. Factors such as luster, surface marks, and strike quality all influence the coin's grade and value. Since the 1965 quarter marked the beginning of the clad coin era, it holds a special place in numismatic history as a symbol of economic change and modernization in U.S. currency. In conclusion, the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter may not be highly valuable in most cases due to its large mintage and lack of silver content, but it remains an important and historic coin. It represents a turning point in U.S. coin production and is an essential piece for collectors who are interested in the evolution of American currency. Whether you are a beginner collector or an experienced numismatist, the 1965 quarter is a meaningful addition to any collection because of its historical significance and unique place in U.S. coinage history. Next top 2. The United States of America Quarter Dollar 1966 with no mint mark is another very important coin in modern American history, especially because it continues the major transition that began in 1965 when the U.S. Mint removed silver from circulating coinage. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver, but due to rising silver prices and widespread hoarding, the government decided to change the composition to a copper-nickel clad structure. The 1966 quarter, like the 1965 issue, is made from a layered composition consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between two outer layers of copper and nickel. This gives the coin a silver-like appearance, but without any actual silver content. Because of this, the intrinsic metal value of the coin is low, and its worth is mainly based on condition and collector demand rather than precious metal content. One of the most notable features of the 1966 quarter is the absence of a mint mark. During the years 1965, 1966, and 1967, the U.S. Mint deliberately removed mint marks from coins in order to discourage collectors from hoarding newly minted coins. At that time, coin shortages were a serious problem, and the government wanted to ensure that coins would remain in circulation rather than being saved by collectors. As a result, even though 1966 quarters were produced at multiple mint facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, none of them bear a mint mark, making it impossible to determine their origin just by examining the coin. The design of the 1966 quarter follows the classic Washington quarter style that was first introduced in 1932. On the obverse front side, the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above the portrait is the word Liberty, which is prominently displayed along the upper rim. To the left of Washington's neck is the national motto, "In God We Trust," and the date 1966 appears at the bottom. The reverse back of the coin showcases a powerful image of a heraldic eagle with its wings fully spread. The eagle is clutching arrows in its talons, symbolizing military strength, while an olive branch beneath represents peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and below it is quarter dollar, indicating the coin's denomination. The Latin phrase e pluribus unum appears above the eagle's head, reflecting the idea of unity among the states. In terms of mintage, the 1966 quarter was produced in very large quantities, with more than 800 million coins struck. This high production level means that the coin is extremely common, and many examples can still be found in circulation today. Because of its abundance, most 1966 quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents when they are worn or circulated. However, uncirculated coins that have been preserved in excellent condition can be worth more, typically ranging from a few dollars up to $10 or slightly higher depending on their grade and eye appeal. Coins that are graded at very high levels, such as MS-67 or above, can command significantly higher prices in the collector market due to their rarity in such pristine condition. Although the 1966 quarter is generally common, there are some rare error coins that can be quite valuable. For instance, collectors look for doubled die varieties, off-center strikes, and other minting errors that make a coin unique. In rare cases, there have been reports of 1966 quarters struck on leftover silver planchets, similar to some 1965 error coins. These are extremely rare and can be worth thousands of dollars if authenticated. Additionally, coins with unusual features such as missing clad layers or incorrect planchets can also attract significant attention from collectors. Coin grading plays a crucial role in determining the value of a 1966 quarter. Coins are evaluated based on their condition, including factors such as luster, surface preservation, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. The grading scale ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS-70, with higher grades indicating better condition and greater value. Since most 1966 quarters were heavily circulated, finding one in near-perfect condition is relatively rare, which is why high-grade examples are more desirable. In conclusion, the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter is not a rare coin in general, but it holds significant historical importance as part of the transition away from silver coinage in the United States. It reflects a period of economic adjustment and modernization in U.S. currency production. While most examples are only worth their face value, high-grade coins and rare era varieties can be valuable to collectors. Whether you are new to coin collecting or an experienced numismatist, the 1966 quarter remains an essential piece for understanding the evolution of American coinage and the impact of economic changes on everyday currency. Next, top 3. The United States of America $quarter 1967 with no mint mark is a continuation of one of the most important transitions in U.S. coin history, representing the final year of a 3-year period, 1965 to 1967, when mint marks were intentionally removed from American coins. This decision was made by the United States Mint to discourage coin hoarding during a time of severe coin shortages across the country. Rising silver prices in the early 1960s had caused people to pull older silver coins out of circulation, leading to a lack of everyday coins in the economy. To solve this problem, the government not only removed mint marks but also changed the composition of coins, starting in 1965. As a result, the 1967 quarter, like the 1965 and 1966 issues, contains no silver at all. Instead, it is made from a copper-nickel clad composition, which includes a pure copper core bonded between 2 outer layers of copper and nickel. This gave the coin a similar appearance to earlier silver quarters while being much more cost-effective to produce. The design of the 1967 quarter follows the long-running Washington quarter design, which was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the of George Washington. On the obverse front side, the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington created by sculptor John Flanagan. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty, clearly visible along the top edge of the coin. To the left of his portrait appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," and the date 1967 is positioned at the bottom. The reverse back side of the coin displays a strong and symbolic image of a heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle is holding arrows in its claws, representing readiness to defend the nation, while olive branches below symbolize peace. Surrounding this central design are the inscriptions United States of America at the top and $quarter at the bottom. Above the eagle's head is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, reflecting the unity of the states. In terms of production, the 1967 quarter was minted in very large quantities, with over 1.5 billion coins produced. This high mintage makes it a very common coin, and many examples can still be found in circulation today. Because of this abundance, most 1967 quarters in circulated condition are only worth their face value of 25 cents. However, coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they have never been used in daily transactions and still retain their original mint luster, can be worth more, typically ranging from a few dollars up to around $10 or slightly higher depending on their quality. Coins that achieve very high grades, such as MS-67 or MS-68, are much rarer and can sell for significantly higher prices in the collector market due to their exceptional preservation. Even though the 1967 quarter is generally common, there are certain rare varieties and mint errors that can greatly increase its value. Collectors often search for double die errors, where parts of the design appear duplicated due to a misalignment during the minting process. Other valuable errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on the wrong type of metal. In very rare cases, some 1967 quarters have been reported to be struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964, although these are extremely scarce and highly valuable if authenticated. Such error coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and condition. The grading of a 1967 quarter plays a major role in determining its value. Coin grading is done on a scale from poor to mint state, and factors such as surface quality, luster, strike sharpness, and overall eye appeal are carefully evaluated. Since most 1967 quarters were heavily used in circulation, finding one in near-perfect condition is relatively uncommon, which is why collectors are willing to pay more for high-grade specimens. Additionally, special mint set coins from 1967, produced with better quality than regular circulation coins, are also popular among collectors and can carry a premium value. In conclusion, the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter may not be rare in everyday condition, but it is historically significant as the final year without mint marks and as part of the early clad coin era. It reflects a time when the United States was adapting its currency system to economic pressures and modern production needs. While most examples are only worth their face value, high-quality coins and rare error varieties can be quite valuable. For collectors, the 1967 quarter is an essential piece that represents an important chapter in the evolution of American coinage and the shift away from silver toward more practical materials.